Good evening, Neha. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Great.
but I
How are
can't
you
see you.
today? My video is on. Might be the internet is not picking up the feed yet. Would you? Now you can.
Now you are visible.
Ah, great. Okay.
Okay,
So
so
usually the internet would pick up the feed and then it will be visible. So how are you
yes,
feeling today?
I'm feeling great, and yes, I was waiting for the session, so
Hmm.
it was a
So
reason that I was feeling excited.
good, good. So it's been some time since we last saw each other. So hurry.
Actually, I would like to tell you my journey is kind of, as I always mentioned, roller coaster.
Ah,
Sometimes I believe that I am really grooming in a confident way, and sometimes I literally feel, oh no, I'm not going or I'm not doing up to mark. And you know what?
okay.
I'm telling you, it happened with me for last two, I guess, last two sessions. If I talk about my last two sessions, they were literally worst
Okay.
uh, on that
Okay.
case.
All right. So it happens. On some
Hmm.
days we might feel off. Some days you might
Yes.
not relate to the topic that we have for the speaking session, or maybe you have nothing much to say. And once you start making mistakes, mistakes after mistakes happen, and you feel
Right.
anxious. So it's not entirely your fault. It's not, and it's not possible that you will not have any sort of improvement.
Hmm.
Improvement is there, but we have off days. Please always remember that it is not that
Right.
you're not being good. It's just that
Hmm.
you have some days where nothing goes your way. It's up to the person who's above, in my opinion.
Yes,
Hmm.
actually, right. I think I wasn't in a good frame of mind. Yes, I was little under the weather. I would admit this.
Okay, we will discuss. Today's topic is about dreams.
Hmm.
Can we speak about that, or would you like a different topic, Neha?
We can speak on this topic also, or if
Hmm.
you have any questions, you
Hmm.
can also ask. But before we move further, I want to ask you one thing, if you allow me.
Yes, of course. You can ask me.
Okay. So yeah, in our previous session, we discussed that structure, not only but also.
Yeah.
It no, I want you to enlighten me more. I want to use this structure frequently during conversation,
Hmm.
and I want all the people who will be watching our videos that this is a beautiful structure and we should use. So I want you
Actually,
to.
I
Mhm.
understand. It is a
Hmm.
beautiful structure, but it is
Right.
not something that you can very easily fit into an
Fit
everyday
in. Huh.
context.
Okay.
So, see, it's a clause. We use it in a long. Are you there?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'm there.
Yeah, I thought
Hmm.
you left the meeting. I heard a noise. Okay.
Okay.
So we use it in a long clause, in an independent or a dependent clause. It is
Okay.
not a sentence structure that can be used very easily in normal
Hmm.
conversations. Let
Hmm.
us say I would present my screen for you.
Okay.
So, can you see this?
Yes, ma'am. I can see that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, as you can see, these are words and sentences, and it does not
Hmm.
have a meaning in Cambridge dictionaries. But you have a lot of examples of how you can use that. It is also called
Yes.
as parallelism. Should I make this
Right.
more? Should I zoom this in?
No, ma'am. It is visible. I can
Okay.
read easily.
Okay. So we use not only X but also Y in formal context, like I
Formal
said,
context.
professional scenarios.
Hmm.
When there are multiple reasons for something happening, when you cite multiple reasons for something happening to you, let's say one of the reason is very commonly known to everybody, but the other is not so. That is when we
Okay.
use not only but also.
Right.
So if you look at these three examples, would you read the
Hmm.
first example and tell me how they're using it or what is the purpose of in that sentence?
Okay. Uh,
Mm,
the war caused not only destruction and death, but also generations of hatred between the two communities. See the very visible
mm,
outcome or result of a war, that is
mm.
like destruction, death. But war doesn't create destruction or death. It's like it creates more havoc than this. That is the
Yeah.
hatred between two
So the
communities. No.
reason, so
Hmm.
maybe the person is debating the reasons about why the war is
Okay.
happening. Everybody knows
Hmm.
war causes death and destruction. So when we think
Destruction.
about war, people die,
Hmm.
things get destroyed. We all know that. But what we don't
Hmm.
consider is that um,
Yes.
the hatred between different
Hate.
communities or war happens because there is hatred, right? India versus
Hmm.
Pakistan, India versus China. So there is
Right.
silent war, there is cold war.
Hmm.
So that is a reason that not many consider. So we're talking about one known factor and another factor which is not known.
No, right.
Mm.
Which is
So
hidden, which is
which
hidden, right? We can
exactly,
say.
which is hidden. Yeah.
Hmm.
It might not be easy for a person who is using English in a conversational sense, everyday sense, to use this
Hmm.
structure. But if you speak in
Yes.
meetings, debates,
Debates.
persuasive speeches, or if you are hosting an event, you can definitely use the structure.
Right, ma'am. Got it
Hmm.
now.
The
Got it now.
second
Yes.
example is a bit more everyday usage. So the car is
Yes.
not only economical but also
But
feels
also
good to
feels
drive.
good. Yes.
Hmm. This you can say. So not only is this recipe easy, but it can also be made in a very short time.
Short time. Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like that, we can use those sentences.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the rule, and this is how you can use it. Just so that you have
Hmm.
an example. I'm
Yes.
happy that you remembered it.
Yes, I was curious to discuss with you
Hmm.
because in that session I used it like unconsciously. It wasn't
Hmm.
planned.
Yes.
I
Yes. Yes.
used it randomly. So now I just want to be familiar with this structure. Whenever I use it, I want to use it in a correct way.
Hmm. Can you think of other ways you can use this? Like, give me a couple of examples from your viewpoint.
Mm, this platform is
Hmm.
not only for learning English, but we can also groom our personality.
Hmm. Okay. Yes. Nice. That is true. So you can say but also, or
Hmm.
the sentence. But we can also. You said that.
Hmm.
That is also correct. That is also right.
Right.
Okay. All right then. So there are other quirky little phrases like this. So we call them phrases in English. Phrases are words put together that make sense, right?
Hmm. Sense, right.
A group of words that can be used together. Phrases are also closely linked to idioms and phrases. We have
Hmm.
idioms when we use them. The early bird gets the worm.
Right.
You
It is
must.
my favorite one because I am an early bird.
Okay,
So
okay.
that is a reason. Yes.
Yeah, I actually love idioms and phrases because of how
Hmm.
you can understand the literal meaning easily, but there is also a philosophical way of saying it. Hmm.
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Obviously.
Have you heard of sitting on the fence?
Yes, it means n- not in that situation to take a decision, kind of
Hmm.
in
You don't
conflict.
take a
No.
decision. So if there
Hmm.
are two sides to a situation or a
Hmm.
decision, you don't take any side and you stay
Yes.
middle in the neutral part. So you don't take any
Yes.
decision. Yeah, that
Right.
is what sitting on the fence means.
Hmm.
Okay. Our topic for today is about dreams. So there
Dreams.
are two types of dreams or two meanings that we can attribute to dreams. Do you know what they are?
One, if we talk about dream, that we can say that when we sleep and we
Hmm.
are having kind of dreams, they can be entertaining or mesmerizing, but sometimes kind of nightmare, we
Hmm.
say.
Yeah. So
Bizarre.
yeah, those dreams don't
Huh.
come true. Then what about
Huh.
the dreams we have when we are awake? We call them daydreams, right? So I have a dream
Dating.
to build my
Huh.
own house or buy my own property. So
Yes.
these dreams are something that you work towards to achieve. So I
Yes.
put this work, I put all hard work into this dream of mine to make sure that I get to achieve it in the future. So
Right.
dreams happen when you're sleeping and when you're not
Hmm.
sleeping. So the
When
meaning is different. Yeah.
yes,
So do
ma'am.
you have any long-standing dream of yours, or something that you would like to achieve before we leave this earth? Everybody has that sort of dream, right?
Yes, ma'am. The one dream that I would say that I'm leaving these days, that was like I always wanted to speak in a good
Hmm.
way, and that's what
Okay.
I'm doing these days. I would say that I'm leaving this dream. Second thing,
Hmm.
I want to run an institution where I can provide education for free for poor and
Okay.
needy people. So this is
Okay.
my dream, and I literally want to fulfill it
I hope you do.
before going to heaven. So yes, that is like this is a dream that is still waiting for to come true. But yes, speaking English was my childhood dream. Like I was dreaming since my childhood to speak English, and I'm pretty happy with
Hmm.
my journey. And
Okay.
yes, I know I have a long way to go. Still, there's a long way
I
to go.
won't
But
say a long way,
hmm,
but it's debatable.
hmm.
You're nearly there. Hmm.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You
Actually,
motivate me.
I'm not pacifying you, or I'm not trying to make you more confident.
I
You
know that.
actually are speaking well. So yes,
Thank you
you do
so
have a little
much.
bit left to learn.
Hmm.
That's simply the polishing part. I mean, you are well
Yes.
in the stage of speaking English. for your own use. You can do it pretty well. But because you want to be even more better and even more advanced,
Yes.
that is why you're studying. So for that purpose, we can still work.
Right, ma'am. So
Okay.
that
So
is
you said you're living, that is, you're living your dream.
hmm.
So I would like it if you open your chat box.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Can you see
Hmm.
what I'm typing?
Right.
So how do you
Yes.
pronounce these two words?
Yes. First one is leaving,
Mm.
and the second one is living.
Okay. So which word will you use for your dream?
This is second one, living.
Yeah, but when you were speaking, you said, I'm
Yes.
leaving my dream.
Actually, you know what? It happens with me when I am speaking in that flow. No,
Mm.
I just
Mm.
stretch the word, and yes, I know that
But
it. I
unfortunately, this word, when you stretch it, it has a different meaning.
different meaning. Yes.
Yeah, so when you can drag
Hmm.
and stretch and say other
Hmm.
words like I want to say this. So if you say
Hmm.
say, the meaning doesn't say like
Same.
change. It stays the same
Right.
unless I would simply think that you're giving a stress to it, an extra stress to it. So I was confused whether you realized that you were doing this. So that's why I wanted to check.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, it's true that you're living your dream, right?
Hmm.
And happy for you. So how do you plan on opening your institution?
Um,
Do you have a solid plan or is it still unstructured?
if I say I'm already working, I have started working on my dream because I'm providing online education. And if any children, any child
Hmm.
approaches me and he or she is not able to pay the fee, I'm
Hmm.
always ready to help that child. So in a way, I have started working on this. But yes,
Okay.
somewhere down the line, I have planned when my son will be settled, then my husband and I, we both will be moving to our native place, and there I'll run my institution in Himachal, in my native place. So
Oh, okay.
yes.
I actually have one of my other students. She runs an NGO by herself.
Okay.
For
Wow.
she does educational services like you do. She hires teachers, and she has a lot of students. It seems, but it's been some time since she started doing it. So it's privately funded by her. So I was
Wow.
recently talking to her, and I'm happy that there's another person who would like to do the same thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
So don't let it be a dream. Try to
No, no, no.
fulfill it.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
I wish you all the
I'll
best in
do.
that regard.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
Hmm. Okay. Then, so when we talk about dreams that we have when we are
Hmm.
sleeping, usually we
Hmm.
remember some of them, and sometimes we remember bits and parts of them as the day
Hmm.
progresses. Suddenly, it comes to your brain when you're doing something. Okay, and then you realize this is the dream I had when I was sleeping. So, have
Yes.
you had any weird dreams? Do you remember them?
I had almost like I had usually weird dreams, ma'am. I would say,
Hmm. Okay.
nowadays, yes, like I would say bizarre dreams.
Hmm.
They literally don't have any meaning, and
Hmm.
sometimes I'm wondering when why like when I am waking or when I'm just recalling my dreams. So I'm wondering what is the meaning, how
Hmm.
to relate it with my daily life, or do they have any literal meaning or any
Hmm.
symbolic meaning, or they are telling me something about my future. So
Okay.
yes, it goes on in my mind, but I don't think so. It is
Hmm.
true that dreams tell us about our future. I really don't believe
I
now,
am of the
because
opinion that I've had this
hmm,
deja vu feeling. Things that
hmm,
I think deja vu comes from the dreams you have. So there is this theory that your body astral projects itself when you are dreaming, especially in the night around 1 to 3 p.m. Have you heard of
hmm,
astral projection?
no, ma'am.
It's when your spirit leaves and simply roams around the world. So in a sense,
Okay.
it's in a subconscious level. So I've read a lot of things like that, which
Wow.
so it sort of connects us to a future. So I've
Hmm.
had moments where I feel that whatever is happening in front of me has already happened to me before, in a very clear,
Yes.
sudden hit. Okay, why does this feel so familiar? But I've never been to that place or never done that ever before. So
Exactly.
my opinion is that I must have
Hmm.
dreamed it, and that dream
Huh.
is locked in my memory somewhere, and it's activating now. So that is what I believe. So
Okay,
deja vu.
okay. Yes, it happens sometime. It happens actually during my school days or college time. I used to have a dream, and it was about a place.
Okay.
I never visited that place, but yes, one day I think if I am able to recall it properly,
Hmm.
we were traveling. And then I found that place, and I was like, oh god, this was the place I was always dreaming about.
Mm.
And once I visited that place,
Came back.
I never had that dream again.
Mm.
So our dreams have some logics or not?
From a religious standpoint, they also say that if you dream of crows or if you dream of your relatives who are
Huh.
dead or passed away recently, if you repeatedly dream of them in
Hmm.
a short duration, they are trying to tell you something, and you have to do some pariharam for that. And surprisingly, once this happened to my parents, and they did the pariharam that we're supposed to do, and it stopped.
Hmm.
My father was
Yes.
actually getting his mother in his dreams, and
Oh
his mother
man.
passed away very long ago when he was a child, when he was 15 years old, somewhere like that. And she was
Okay.
like, initially we thought it's nice, right? We can't see them
Hmm.
anymore, so when we are dreaming about them, we can simply see them. But later he repeatedly got such dreams, not bad dreams, simply dreams
Hmm.
where she appears. So
Appears.
later, yeah, when he consulted someone and said, I was like, how is that possible? I don't believe in all of this stuff. Yeah, but the dream stopped after
Huh.
what we did, what we were supposed to do, but the dream stopped.
Okay, it happened. It also happens with me. You know, I usually I have had dreams about my grandmother, my
Hmm.
grandfather, even maternal grandparents and
Hmm.
paternal grandparents also, and sometimes so many other people whom I have whom I'm not connected. I was
Hmm.
not connected. Still, they come to my dreams. So, is there any logic behind this? And it
Oh, I
happens.
do. I really don't know. This was something that happened to my dad. So, because we're talking about it, it suddenly came to my memory, and I told you about that. I don't
But it's
believe in.
troublesome, ma'am. It is troublesome because I literally don't feel good because if
Uh,
I yes, it is a little bit scary. I am
hmm.
admitting this. No, when you just wake up and it's almost 12 p.m. So I literally had goosebumps. Oh my goodness, what was I was dreaming about all those people who are no more. So it is a scary feeling for me.
I relate. I can understand how it must be very scary,
Yes.
but it hasn't happened to me so far. This was one
Hmm.
incident in my life where it had happened. Even then, I was scolding my father like, "This is
Hmm.
not going to help you. It's simply your imagination. Because maybe you miss your mom, and that is why you are imagining her by yourself." That is what
Actually,
I said to him. Mm,
it is we also have this belief whenever we had dreams of those people who are no more. So
mm,
what we do, we offer chapati
mm.
with a pickle to cow. This is
Oh,
what we do.
we
Yes.
offer cooked rice to crows,
Okay.
in the
Yes.
sense like how you would
Huh.
treat a person,
Hmm.
like cooked rice, dal,
Hmm.
good food, hot
Huh.
food in a plantain leaf to
Okay.
crows, and you have to wait until the crow comes and has it.
Have
So it's
say
symbolic
right.
that
Yes.
that someone from heaven has come and
Hmm.
is having your food like that.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
Actually, so maybe
Okay.
these things are debatable or
Yeah,
like
don't
na?
we can't understand them
Yes,
until we we are in that position,
yes,
maybe.
right. So
Hmm.
that is it.
Okay, so you were talking about how I had usually weird dreams. This is what
Hmm.
you were telling me.
Hmm. Yes.
I had usually. So what timeline is this? Are you saying that you
No, no.
usually have weird dreams always, or
No, 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 no.
Hmm.
I had. I think if I'm using usually, so I should use I have.
Yeah,
है ना? हाँ.
good. Yes, very good.
Yes. Actually, you know what, ma'am? I know rules and regulation, but during random conversation, no, it happens with me.
Very minor.
And
You are not doing this always. So we were speaking for this
hmm,
much time, and it was only just one sentence. So it's fine. Similarly, when you say let's say I'm sharing my experience, or someone is sharing your
hmm,
experience, her or experience
hmm,
with you, and if you relate to that experience, you can say it also happens with me. This is one is correct,
huh,
meaning
okay,
it is present and it
huh,
still happens to you, or it has
yes.
also happened with me, a one time event. Think about an activity that happened in your past, you use the
Hmm.
past tense.
Doesn't matter. We are discussing in present. It should be in past only.
Yeah,
Hmm?
it happened with me. So what happened is that
Huh.
once when I was going somewhere, so I'm
Yes.
using all past verbs only.
Yes. Right.
Very rarely you can use present tense, but for that I
Hmm.
need a good example to show you
Yes.
how it works. So it is not,
I got
yeah,
you.
we
Hmm.
can't do it on the fly.
Hmm.
You can use
Right.
tenses very flexibly when you become
Hmm.
a more advanced speaker.
Yes.
Mm.
Right.
So for now, the
So.
basic strong as concrete rule is that you use past tense for past narrations.
Hmm. I'll try to work on it, no,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it happens. I know my weak points. I know
Mm.
that is the reason I'm sitting here, so that
Mm.
I can speak to experts and I can
Yeah.
get correct feedback.
Like I said, you're on the right track. Please don't beat yourself too much because you're doing good,
Hmm.
and it's your speaking skills are already so much better. And
Thank
you
you
can
so
speak
much.
fluently. So now speaking fluently is not your goal. Maybe we can say speaking
Hmm.
better and more
Yeah.
sophisticatedly.
Yes. I want to be comfortable with this language. That
Yeah.
is my
Mm.
purpose, I would say. Like I don't want to feel juggling or searching and looking for
Mm.
words. I just want to
You
be
you want to be completely
comfortable. That
confident.
is it. Yes, that is it.
Okay.
I am at certain points confident, but yes, I don't know why. Sometimes I just feel I'm lagging behind. Maybe it's human tendencies when we
Human
start
tendency
judging
only.
ourselves. You know?
Yeah,
When we
it's
start
human
judging
tendency only.
ourselves, then it happens. Then it happens. Okay, so ma'am, have you
All
had your
right.
dinner?
Yes, somewhat. I had a snack, so I'll have it after the sessions. So now I'm not hungry
Okay,
anymore. Yeah.
okay, fine.
All right,
So
anyhow. So I'll see
yes,
you again in a new session. Until then, take care and
yes,
do your best.
okay, yes, and sweet dreams. Good night
You
and
too.
sweet
Good
dreams.
night.
Okay.